Welcome to ISE's Equity Index Weekly Outlook, a weekly outlook on ISE and other industry indexes, hosted by Patrick Ceresna, a derivative market specialist and investment manager with extensive expertise in options and the broader derivative markets. ISE trades options on more than 15 proprietary sector indexes, as well as broad-based indexes and a variety of licensed benchmarks. ISE continually enhances its trading systems and develops new index options products to provide investors with the best marketplace and investment tools to trade smarter.
Hello and welcome to the ISE Equity Index Outlook for August 31st, 2009. This is Patrick Ceresna. First off here, I want to take a look at the S&P 500 using that SPDR exchange traded fund symbol SPY. Last week we talked about that flagging formation developing and that there should be the follow through on the upside toward the 104 to 106 zone. We've now completed those moves, even though we do actually still see the potential for there to still be pushes higher into this market area. The reality is that we are now reaching targets, completed targets on the upside. Really at this stage in the bigger picture, we do believe that the summer rally will end and the market high will come in somewhere in this zone over here. Whether that happens this week, next week, 3 weeks from now, we're not certain. Whether it happens here at this 104 to 106 zone or whether we have a rally that pushes all the way up to the 110 area, we don't know. But ultimately, we believe that somewhere up in this range, investors should not only either take some profits or at least buy protective puts on their existing investments to lock in some sort of gains, because the risk reward proposition of being long the market up in these zones is not there. Next here, I want to look at the ISE US Regional Banks Index, which is the symbol JLO. And we were talking about last week a break of these $20 area levels will open the window to finish this rally up into this 21-22 focal point, but also suggested that some of the measured move targets actually have it overshooting that focal point, maybe as high as even the $23 area on the upside. Nonetheless, we do think that there is some short-term follow-through room on the upside, but we are going to be looking for highs in the JLO up in these zones. Next here, I want to look at the ISE Syndex, which is the symbol SIN. This is an index of all the casino, tobacco, and distiller companies out there. We were also talking about a break of these levels on the upside, have us targeting a short move up into the 108 to 112 area, or a full measured move all the way up into the 115 to 121. We missed that by about $1 in this last wave, but there's still lots of room for this index to make that push up into our target zones. There is already a lack of momentum on the upside, so we are not looking for much more than a completion of these moves on the upside. Next here, I want to take a look at the ISE Home Builders Index, which is the symbol RUF. And last week we were talking about the break of that flagging formation, and we were talking about a measured move reaching as high as the 12.5 to 13.5 area on the upside. We're on our way there. The only one thing I do want to stress is that if we did get a shortened move, there are some different areas that suggest that this 11.5 area is an obstacle worth watching. So really at this stage, just we're going to want to see whether or not we can get above this 11.5 area. At that point, we can target the finished move up in the upside. But if 11.5 becomes an overhead obstacle, then we'd be looking for some topping formations to start developing as the momentum loses steam. Next here, I want to take a look at that ISE Natural Gas Index, which is a symbol FUM. And we continue to struggle along the previous highs around this 90-93 area where we have that focal point. But there is still the potential for an upside breakout. We were suggesting the measured move on the upside targets a move all the way up to the 100 to 110 area. And that's certainly something that can happen here. But we do need to get first above this obstacle of this 90-93 zone. So I'd be looking for an upside breakout before going long. Otherwise, if we do have a double top come in here and the market unable to break above these zones, then we could see a correction all the way back down to that 65-70 zone on the downside. And finally, I wanted to have a quick look at the ISE Mini FTSE 100 Index, which is the symbol UKX. We had an upside target for the UKX up into this 495 to 515 area on any technical breakouts. And we are already testing and approaching that zone. So we do believe that there is still obviously room for a little bit more upside, but we think taking profits up into these zones is a prudent thing. That was your ISE Equity Index Outlook. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For more information about Patrick Ceresna and to sign up for free index options trade alerts, visit www.optionsource.net. To learn more about ISE index options, visit us at www.ise.com/indexoptions.